Hey there. I'm really excited to continue and almost wrap up this series about increasing your income. And we're really coming to like the whole culmination, the whole tip of the spear here in this episode number 5. So, welcome, Gail Root, Kingdom Business Coach. So excited to be with you and to keep going in this series. So, last week, in the last series, the last episode of the series, we talked about how the industry of direct sales and network marketing is a breeding ground for coaches. Why is that so? Very briefly, I'm just going to remind you because you're being trained to pursue your dreams. You're being trained to cast vision for growing and accelerating in different areas of your life, and you're helping other women do the same. Whether it's a customer, you're helping her to use your products well so that she gets the maximum benefits, for helping her to have more hope, helping her to accelerate and take action in her life that's bringing a blessing to her life. And the same thing you're doing if you have a teammate. You're the same process, right? So it's a natural breeding ground for coaching, mentoring, guiding. I would venture to guess if I had an opportunity to speak to each one of you that's listening and I was able to personally ask you the question, do people in your life say things to you like, you're just so helpful. Thank you. You have wisdom. They come to you for guidance. They come to you for insight. They come to you when they're hurting, right? You're one of those people. Really, all of us have those things within us. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, honoring what God has put inside of you. But before we do that, I want to share a couple things with you. You know, personally, this year of 2024 was a big year of transition for my family. We sold our business to our sons in Pennsylvania. We had to sell a home, sell some property. We moved, we rented. It just was a lot of things. We left a 20-year home in Pennsylvania to move down to Virginia for really our second half of life home. We're on a lake down here where we dream of being able to play with our grandchildren and all of those fun things. But it's been a big year of transition in my personal life and in my business. And I truly believe that God set it up that way because something was happening in the industry of direct sales and network marketing. And I truly believe that because I was in transition myself, so therefore things were, a little shaky, right? Because things, what was normal wasn't normal anymore. And, you're in a new place, new friends, new church, learning all the new things. And so because of that, I was, on a little bit of shaky ground, which made me more aware of my circumstances. Now, stay with me for a second here, because when everything is normal and everything's just going along, right? We sort of get numb to certain things happening around us. So now, so in 2024, I started noticing, well, clearly we have inflation in our economy. No one is exempt from that. It doesn't matter what economic background, socioeconomic background you're in. You are feeling in every area of your life. You are feeling that increase in costs. I think it's 25% increase in costs. And so it causes a squeeze, right? It causes some pressure, but that can be for our good. But what's happened in the marketplace in direct sales and network marketing, sadly, is we've seen a lot of companies throw in the towel. So we've watched Tupperware close. We've watched Avon file Chapter 11, one of their divisions. I don't believe it's all of their divisions, but one of their big divisions file Chapter 11. We've watched Beauty Counter close. We've watched Rodan and Fields move to an affiliate model. We've watched Beachbody, Mary and Martha, Opulenza, Grace and Heart. I mean, it just goes on, right? And I'm watching my clients because this is the industry that I work in as a coach, and I'm watching my clients like, what is going on? Well, I was like, okay, Lord, what is going on in this industry? Now, if you haven't heard my story, and I'm not going to go into it in this moment, but I too, when in 2016, I think it was, the company that I had been with after 12 years, in one email, everything was over. They sold the brand to an online retailer, and it was devastating. We were all in shock. And so when I was watching all of these companies this year go through this very sad closing of doors, or moving, or, you know, 6, 7, 8 figure earners earning their income overnight, it brought that all back. And I was like, Lord, I know you're showing me this because you want me to find a solution for my clients. What are the women that I serve feeling? What are they needing? What is holding them back? And it has birthed this beautiful new journey with my clients. And I want to tell you about it. So, the first thing I want you to know is I don't believe we should, well, I'm not your Holy Spirit. Listen to the Holy Spirit. But I believe as a business owner, and if you're listening to me, very likely you are in business. Now, I don't know if you call yourself a business owner. You might look at your business as a hobby or something like that. But the truth is, if you have a business, you're the owner of the business. And so, as a business owner, are all of your eggs in one basket? And what I mean by eggs is your revenue. Is your revenue, any income that you make, is it only coming from one source? And the reason why that can be not a very wise choice is because you may not have control over what that company does. So, for example, if you're in direct sales or network marketing and you love your products, but your company decides one day to go affiliate, or and everything that you built could be gone, um, you need to have another income stream. All right. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be just giving you a high level introduction to what God has shown me and how my clients are absolutely loving it. So I wanted to help my clients see one very crucial thing. Most of the women, almost all of the women that I work with, are in the second half of life. So they've either already done corporate, or they've done raising their family, or they've been an entrepreneur for a long time. They're in that second half of life. Most, if they had children, they're probably in an empty nest time of their life. So there's a couple key things about this demographic. One, they don't want to work. They don't want to hustle and grind anymore. They've already done that their younger years. They are done with that. All right. Another thing about this demographic is they want to enjoy life. They want to go on walks. They want to be in the garden. They want to travel. They want to experience life because most of their first half of life was focused on completing tasks, working, whether it's raising a family, homeschooling, operating a business, whatever it was. So they want to have purpose in the second half of life. They'd like to have income coming from that purpose, but they want to do it in a way that is kind of feels part-time and is a lifestyle of grace and allows them to put in their grandkids and travel and all of those things with ease into their life. And so what does that look like? Well, I believe firmly that God has, in the first half of life, we have each gone through. If I had the pleasure of interviewing each one of you one on one, and I asked you, tell me about some very key things that God has you've had happen in your life that um, have were difficult, and you had to overcome, you had to learn, you had to grow, you had to mature. And do you believe there are other women back where you were? And could you help them? Could you help them to collapse time? Could you help them to go through that process that you went through faster? And here's a few examples. So I have a client I was talking with this morning. She is helping women to walk through the menopause, okay, and to drop the baggage, the mental baggage and the physical baggage that the voices of menopause can bring. And so she's taking these women on a 90-day journey, helping them to go through what probably took her 2 or 3 years to figure out. She's going to help them figure it out in 90 days. And so she's going to give them tools and resources. She's going to be a mentor and a guide and walk them through. Does she have any big certifications? No. She's got a lot of practical wisdom. She's done a lot of footwork and she's lived it. And that's what women are attracted to, the fact that you've done it, you've been there, you've lived it, you've gotten out of the pit, as you will. And now you're reaching your hand back in the pit and saying, come on, I want to help you. And I don't just want to help you walk the journey that I walked, I want to help you go through it much faster than what I did. So, what this income stream that I'm talking to you about is a program that God helped me put together, and it's called 90 Days to Done. And what I do is I walk alongside you for 12 weeks, and every week there is one very simple, doable assignment. Okay, and I give you the exact what to do to complete that assignment for that week. You get that done, and then we move to week 2. So what happens during this journey is I'm pulling out of you what's already there, the gold that God has already put inside of you, those areas where you have had to walk through life and had to have overcome, so that you can now help other women. All right. So what happens is during this 90 days, what we're ultimately doing is you're identifying who you serve, what her pain points are, what she needs in the way of a 90-day journey to get wonderful breakthrough and a beautiful outcome. And then we create during our 12 weeks together, we create a what I call one to many event. So it's a Zoom gathering basically. You could call it a challenge, a webinar, a masterclass, but the truth is, it's just a Zoom gathering where you're going to invite women to come on for free and you're going to teach them 3, 5 things during 2 hours or 2 days or whatever you do, because everybody's will be a little bit different. And in so, you're going to give them wonderful value. You're going to be telling your story and you're going to be giving them hope. And then you're going to be introducing them to the 12-week 90-day course that you created with me during this 90-day period. So basically, you're with me for 90 days so that you can help and create your own 90-day program and you take your new clients on a 90-day journey. What happens with this is it's an income stream for you. You become a mentor, you become a guide, and in so doing, the likelihood that you will be able to sell your products, because now you have just created a beautiful one to many. All right. You get to bring all of these women together at once. You get to build trust with them, give them value, and make the likelihood that they would want to know more about whatever products you sell so much higher. I have one client. She is helping women who have been divorced. They're Christian women. They are in the second half of life. They're lonely and they're filled with anxiousness, but they also are filled with wonderful gifts. She's helping them go from grief to a place of gratitude, to seeing how God wants to use her life and what she's gone through to serve others in whatever capacity that is for her. And so, but this particular client also sells a group of a healthy line of skincare and beauty products. Okay. So don't you believe that if she helps these women go grief to gratitude and maybe even give some little free samples out, that the likelihood that these women might want to buy from her in the future is a lot higher, right? But here's the good news. If that company she's with ever does go closes their doors, she still has this beautiful connection with women and this mentoring that she can grow and add on to. Um, so it has been such a joy to watch when I say, Lord, please help me to serve these women. I see the pain that they're in. I see what's going on in the industry. What solution can I bring into the industry that can help them to transition? Keep their companies, keep their products, but don't have all of their eggs in one basket. Pull out the gold in them that you've already given them, Lord, so that they can see, but give them the structure of being able to put the whole thing together and do it with them. Walk every step of that 12 weeks with them so that they can launch their own 90-day journey. And it has been amazing to watch these women and what's happened. And so I'm going to invite you. You're going to be, if you, there's a link below. I'm going to be hosting a 5-day challenge and I'm going to be introducing many things. I'm going to give you a little sneak preview. I'm going to be introducing you the number one priority for every kingdom businesswoman. I'm going to be introducing you to the number one skill that every kingdom businesswoman has to have. I'm going to be introducing you to the number one mindset that every kingdom businesswoman has to have. And you know what? It's not what you think. And number four, I'm going to be introducing you to the number one heart posture for the kingdom entrepreneur to be successful in your business. And then lastly, the hallmark. What is the hallmark of a kingdom entrepreneur? What is that thing that separates the entrepreneur from the kingdom driven entrepreneur? What is that key thing, that hallmark of the kingdom driven entrepreneur? So that is just a high level of all of the goodness that's going to come. I'm going to be talking a lot more about 90 days to done in the challenge as well. And the challenges are going to have breakouts so that you get to really interact. There's going to be a lot of encouragement for you to be friending each other so that you can be growing your audience. All right. Whatever social media platforms you use, I'm going to be encouraging you and sharing with you how do you make friends of all of these women that are coming to the challenge so that you can grow your audience in a in a kingdom way and not in a salesy or spammy way. So that's just another blessing from this. But there's lots more details in the show notes. I'm going to be dropping that link. And this is, you guys get to register early because actually it's not going to go out via email for a couple more days. So I know this challenge is going to bless you. There's also an opportunity for a very low price to upgrade to to more coaching with me at the end of each challenge day, to just increase your ability to get your questions answered and to focus in on what are the key things you need to be doing in your business to get growing and accelerating. What are the key things that you need to be doing to be preparing for this next season of your life as an entrepreneur? And so we'll get a lot of clarity for you on that. So I pray that this has been a blessing to you and exciting. If you aren't on my email list, make sure you message me, drop your email, join Kingdom Dream Chasers, and let me know that you want to get more connected to what is going on in our movement and how we can bless you. So, looking forward to hearing your comments and hopefully seeing some of you as the months go by in one of our challenges.